Damn, literally didn't even waste a second with the, yes, Simon's showing a protagonist, feel bad for me bit.
You want to pretend to be a hero? You don't stand a chance without a quirk, Deku.
So I guess we're not going to mention how awful every parent is that they let their kids go to the park alone while consciously knowing that there are kids out there with genuine demon wings and the ability to create bombs in the palm of their fucking hands. Whoa, something destroying the town I live in and the people I love? So cool! The sad part is, it's only Deku. These villain attacks are so frequent that people either don't give a shit or think they're super cool. You'd think there'd be more precautions in a city filled to the goddamn brim with people who have superpowers, but apparently fucking not. Now I can read my doujin and jerk off with both hands. So apparently when your city is being destroyed by a giant monster human hybrid, do not run away to cover. Instead, praise the talents of a fucking human fire hydrant and the guy whose nickname is literally
the punching hero!
How has humanity not died out yet?
I got held up. Train's out. Another villain. I'm not sure when I'm gonna make it into the office.
Okay, I actually agree with him on this one. As a New Yorker who deals with mind-numbing traffic every day going to college, anyone who slows down traffic is actually Satan.
Heroes found an official place as peacekeepers overseen by the government. Those who performed the best were paid the most and got all the fame and glory.
Oh, fantastic. The motive for saving people is fame, power, and money. This is about politics, not actually being this thing called a good fucking person. Great.
No, you all want to go to the hero track. Yes, you've got some very impressive quirks.
Oh my god, help me, I'm on fire! Please, can any hero save me? Never fear, citizen. Guy who can extend his neck is here. Allow me to help. The guy who can pull his eyeballs out of his sockets is also here. Don't forget me, girl who can set you on even more fire. Yeah, I definitely want these imbeciles coming to my rescue. Also, this teacher is a gigantic dick to anyone without a quirk for throwing away their career applications. And wait, didn't Deku say that only 80% of people have quirks?
With about 80% of the population possessing some uncanny ability.
Why does literally everyone but him have a power in his class?
I'm the real deal, but these guys will be lucky to end up as sidekicks to some busted D-lister.
You think you're better than us, Kotsky?
If you are actually asking that question, then yes, I do believe the ability to create your own personal explosions in the palm of your hands is better than the ability to look like you've given yourself a goddamn neck tumor.
Oh yeah, Midoriya, don't you want to go to UA too?
You wanna be a hero? You don't stand a chance, unlike us. Guy with long nose, long neck, and fucking tree bark for a mouth. Yeah, pretty sure even in a world full of superpowers, blowing shit up in a middle school is still illegal there, sport. Cops, anyone. Okay, I guess we're ignoring that then.
You really think they'd let someone like you in when they could have me?
Yeah, any school would want someone who would mindlessly blow up the school's equipment.
They'll realize I'm legit, the next big thing. That's not ego talking, I just know I'm good.
Me being a condescending douchebag isn't me being a condescending douchebag. I just know I'm not a condescending douchebag.
You know, if you really want to be a hero that badly, there actually might be another way. Just pray that you'll be born with a quirk in your next life. And take a swan dive off the roof of the building.
Yeah, sorry to burst your bubble. If we're talking about people who want to commit suicide, I'm first on that fucking list there, bud. That book should be absolutely destroyed. Why is he still able to pick it up and hold it like it only became a little warm and wet? What is fire and water anymore?
Jeez, I think you've added 10,000 views to this one yourself, Izuku.
The video I loved was an old one. Disaster footage from a long time ago.
I couldn't fucking believe what I just saw! It was like Satan gave me his porno collection!
And once I get my quirk, I'm gonna be a hero just like him!
Sorry, kid, it's not gonna happen.
I know that the show is trying to make me feel sad for Deku, but when it treats serious moments in a character's life as a joke, it's really hard to feel bad.
I made a decision that day. No matter what anyone else thinks, I have to believe in myself.
Fuck yeah, a good lesson this episode.
Thanks for your continued support! Huh? Hey, what do you think you're doing?
Okay, All Might didn't notice an additional 100 pounds or so latch onto his leg. I get that he's all powerful, but it's a fucking person.
Some villains just can't be beaten without powers. If you want to help people, there are plenty other ways to do it. You could become a police officer.
Why even is there a police force? I don't think a handgun is gonna stop a villain the size of Godzilla like episode 1. Seems like a waste of time and money.
Go, you idiot! Stop! You're gonna get yourself killed! brat again!
Deku! What am I doing? Why am I running?
Everything about this scene is glorious.
It's raining. Look at the clouds. They're moving.
Obvious observations from random pedestrians is my favorite icebreaker after a serious fight.
You moron! Do you have a death wish?
Yes, I love watching heroes who couldn't hero the villain lecture the human because he had the balls to move his fucking feet.
Don't think you can look down on me! Huh? Got that? I was fine by myself! I don't owe you anything!
I get there are characters that have weird ways of saying thank you, but Jesus Christ, man.
I stand for justice! Because I am All Might!
All Might's comedy is the best comedy fucking ever.
Young man, you too can become a hero.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that this is the story of how I became the world's greatest hero.
Finally, a show with an interesting start and says what we all know is going to happen. Of course, Luffy is gonna be the Pirate King. Naruto is gonna be the Hokage. My life is gonna end with a noose around my neck, etc.
I don't wanna be alive. I don't wanna be alive.
You know, for someone who can only stay in hero form for 3 hours a day, maybe wasting your time in front of some guy who knows your secret already isn't the best way to go about it, bud.
Because of the ocean currents, anything that's dropped in the water ends up here.
How do people just straight up dump refrigerators and laundry machines in the ocean and then when it lands on this beach it's just all perfectly laid out? Oh nice, we got the anime equivalent of Rocky's training montage.
Of healing power. She's the only reason UA can hold these reckless exams.
You hear that, parents? It's okay to send your child to these death traps called entrance exams because there's a nurse who can instantly heal you. Unless a building or robot crushes you in a second, then you're fucked.
You're looking at the newest UA faculty member!
You're seriously going to be working at UA?
Why did All Might nod after Deku asked him a question? It's not like he can hear him.
Hi, All Might!
You loud kid!
All Might's here.
Wait! I was just kidding! Nothing to see here!
Then it's yours to command!
Yeah, being in your frail form and then transforming into All Might in front of that suspicious couple definitely isn't blowing your cover.
I'm gonna ruin that little bastard. Right after I figure out how he got in.
I genuinely need some sort of sacred scroll or something to understand why this piece of shit is so fucking popular.
Right, let's get to it. Put these on and head outside.
So he's got like 20 uniforms all in that bag he was sleeping in? That's actually impossible. Even if it was possible, sleeping in the same bag as students' uniforms is genuinely a health hazard and now everyone has herpes. Nice.
What was your farthest distance throw with a softball when you were in junior high?
67 meters, I think.
Right. All of you need to know your maximum capabilities.
What if your quirk doesn't help you throw a fucking softball? Like, why not a how far you can fly test and fuck over anyone else?
You can't send one of us home. I mean, we just got here. That isn't fair.
Oh, and you think natural disasters are? Or power-hungry villains, Or catastrophic accidents that wipe out whole cities? No. The world is full of unfairness.
So how does the world being unfair correlate to, okay, we'll expel one of you, thereby leaving one less possible hero to deal with all that unfortunate shit? Try another excuse, moron. You're defeating your own cause.
Ochako Uraraka. She can nullify the gravitational pull of anything she touches.
Testing the upper limits of their powers helps me assess their room for growth. It becomes clear what they can and can't do.
Oh, thank God. I thought these tests were going to be pointless, but it all makes sense now. Of course the main focus of the hero that saves me now is how far he can go for a standing long jump, or side-to-side strafes, and yes, even toe touches. Had me worried there for a second, anime.
The judges for this exam were not rational enough. Someone like you should never be allowed to enroll at this school. You're not ready. You don't have control over your power.
Wow, who would have thought there are some 13 to 15-year-olds who haven't mastered a fucking superpower yet?
I read your file. Last year, you expelled an entire class of freshman students. You have no problem kicking students out.
So how does this school even function? If they only let in 40 students a year and this dude can expel half of them at the drop of a hat, how the fuck does this school get any funding at all? You're not a school if you basically say fuck you and end up with 0 freshmen. Speaking of which, why the hell is this school so big for such a few amount of students?
There are normal core classes like English. They meet in the mornings.
Now, which of these 4 sentences contains a mistake?
Woo, glad the school's spending a fuck ton of money on all these super famous heroes to have them teach mundane shit like English.
This is it. My hero costume.
What even the fuck?
I declare that the first teams to fight will be... these guys!
Whoa, Deku versus Bakugo in the first match? Who could have seen these circumstances coming?
Do you really think Deku has a quirk?
So Bakugo didn't hear from anyone that Deku jumped up and destroyed that robot in one punch? And he didn't notice Deku lying on the floor with 3 limbs completely shattered when everyone surrounded him?
You're shaking in your boots, you're so scared.
Because you want to fight me anyway. That's why I hate you!
God, people with balls make me so pissed!
All the other neighborhood kids followed him around. It seemed like he could do anything.
Glad to see in a world where 80% of people have superpowers, humanity is still using regular short-ass fences to stop people from entering.
You're so lucky. Yeah.
Impressive. I bet you that's gonna grow into an amazing quirk.
Oh my God, you're making tiny explosions from your hands that can injure every one of these little students around you? I bet that's going to turn into an amazing quirk.
Yeah, you're right. I am amazing. In fact, I bet there's no one as great as I am.
So I guess the message is that his ego got so inflated because everyone keeps complimenting him, but judging by these flashbacks, there wasn't a time in his life where this prick wasn't a gigantic douchebag, so I'm not buying it.
Are you alright? Are you hurt?
God, you know what makes me so mad? People being kind to me. It's infuriating, treating me like I'm another human being worthy of respect. The audacity of that insignificant little bug.
Uraraka, is that you?
Something tells me he's overcompensating for something.
Young Bakugo, don't do it!
You'll kill him! He'll be fine as long as he dodges!
Oh hey dude, how's school? You know how it is, bud. English, math, lunch. Then the school basically allows attempted murder of 14-year-olds in the guise of training. So yeah, same old, same old. Glad to see Bakugo didn't hear Deku scream Detroit Smash, which would have easily given away so many of his secrets in regards to All for One and All Might. Man, the luck just keeps going on and on, huh?
Whether you win or lose, you can always take something away from an experience like this.
Yeah, maybe learn something like, try not to murder your classmates, you fucking cunt.
Technically, the hero team won, yes, but they took advantage of the fact that this was training. They didn't respect the spirit of the trial.
Yeah, for me personally, the attempted murder of a 14-year-old student ruined the spirit of the trial, but to each their own, I guess.
So, anyway, want to grab a bite sometime? What kind of stuff you like?
Hey, Deku! All right. If you won't bring All Might out, I'll get myself.
Hold on! Don't you know about the school's defenses?
Defenses? It practically killed me.
Then don't trespass, you fucking cockroach.
The least they could do is grant me one interview.
I know, right? We've been here for 2 days and I don't have a single comment on the record yet.
One student gave you an interview, you're just so much of a fucking retard that you completely ignored it.
I saw the video feeds and went over each of your team's results. Bakugo, you're talented. So don't sulk like a child about your loss, okay?
A teacher pointing out a prideful student sulking and embarrassing him in front of the class will apparently make him sulk less.
And Midoriya, I see the only way you won the match was by messing up your arm again. Work harder, and don't give me the excuse that you don't have control over your quirk.
Oh, I'm assuming Mr. Tall, Light, and Dry Eyes over here was born a master of his quirk and had no need for training whatsoever.
Let's get down to business.
And I guess only Deku and Bakugo needed comments on their match from yesterday? Everyone else is perfectly fine. They don't need it. You either use military time or regular time. What in Father Time's good name is PN050?
What you wear in this exercise is up to you.
So why don't you wear this exclusive AniSins merch?
Hey, shouldn't All Might be here already?
Actually, it's something else. Apparently, he did too much hero work on the way to school this morning and used up all his power.
Well, we should be okay with just the two of us.
I'm surprised the guy with like 18 years on his tentacle arms never overhears all of these dark secrets that teachers have right next to their fucking students.
Ooh, what is that thing?
Wait, is the training started already?
This is real. Those are villains.
Yes, this enemy attack is definitely not forced or out of nowhere or anything. This is very well timed and executed.
They're fools for trespassing here. But they've thought this out.
Wow, for a bunch of students who were running away screaming from a certain alarm last episode, everyone seems relatively calm being face to face with 20+ villains.
It's a pleasure to meet you. We are the League of Villains.
Really? 20+ villains that just infiltrated this school flawlessly and the best name you could come up with is the League of Villains? Yeah, let's punch the guy that literally looks like smoke!
Your fur looks especially well-groomed and glossy today, sir.
The secret is keratin.
I'm glad he's wasting precious time in hero form talking to the animal who knows all of his secrets already.
Those villains down there clearly have an advantage in the water.
If that's the case, they must have known what was inside the USJ before they warped in.
Yeah.
Can't these guys just tear away at the boat until it's destroyed to get them in the water? Why are they waiting so long for these guys to talk?
I've got these sticky balls. Their strength varies.
I need a hero-sized essay as to how this diaper-wearing moron destroyed any robots or did anything rescue-worthy during the trial with Gumball for a quirk.
Kyoka Jiro! Her quirk, earphone jack! She can turn her own heartbeats into explosively amplified sound waves by inserting her plugs. Plus, she can hear really quiet sounds.
So, not even this bitch with super great hearing heard the conversation the professors were having about All Might's secrets?
Now I don't have to worry about hurting my friends! You guys are friends!
This should not be happening. Rock is an insulator and can't conduct electricity.
Run! I've got him!
What the fuck? How does one grab fucking smoke? It looks like this guy is really itchy and needs some help. Maybe someone should give him a hand.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
I wanted to make this point at the end of the video, but I feel this is one of the best times to show it. Shows can use a ton of tropes and cliches and can still be unique if the execution is correct. And this right here is why I think so.
I am here.
Everything from All Might's theme song appearance and catchphrase has been done so many times before, but how it was done, the presentation of it, made it very impactful.
Doesn't even matter where I punch you, does it?
I don't know, I feel like punching his clearly exposed brain would do some good here instead of punching his stomach, but whatever.
He was threatening my companion. Besides, these kids are no angels. You think you can get away with being as violent as you want if you say it's for the sake of others.
Okay, here's an easy way to break this down. Trying to kill innocent kids equals bad. Are you with me so far? Then, trying to stop the person trying to kill the kids is good. See? It's like 1 + 1, but instead of the answer being 2, it's fuck you.
A real hero! We'll always find a way for justice to be—
Everything about this choreography, dialogue, and message is goddamn glorious.
Go beyond! Plus!
All Might, I love you, man, but maybe next time start with that, buddy.
Cheated.
Defeating the villain is now cheating, apparently.
And no quirks, got it? Use your powers, and I'll kill your friend here.
Kaminari's helpless. Damn villain. He totally caught us with our pants down.
Okay, whose pants are down and why can't I see any panties?
I controlled it earlier, but my leg still broke this time. It's okay though. I made it. I can hit the part of his body that's hidden.
Can't Deku Detroit smash from a distance? It'd be a lot more effective from there too. Is there anything that doesn't make this douchebag angry? Like, maybe he needs to eat a Snickers or something, cause fucking Jesus. Hey look, it's all of the guys I don't give a shit about plus Todoroki and Sue. Just pointing this out from this shop, but these gigantic 4 buildings teach hardly over 200 students. Taxpayers have gotta be pissed.